Hi everyone, today we're going to make some kale chips and I'm going to show you how easy it is to make them. Um, Not sure if you've gone to a grocery store or health store to buy a bag, but they could run up to $10 a bag and with hardly any chips in that bag. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to make them at home. What you do need is a Vitamix or a high power blender. And if you don't have any of those, you can actually pick up a NutriBullet for under $100 and it's going to do the job for you. So we're going to soak. These are already soaked, but what you do need to soak is about a quarter cup of cashews. I've soaked them overnight so they're nice and soft. And we're going to throw some stuff together and we're going to just play it by ear and show you how easy it is and how delicious those chips really are. Okay, so what we do need, I have some homemade mustard, but if you don't have homemade mustard, you can, any mustard will do. You could go for the natural mustard or you can just use plain mustard. We're going to put some garlic. I've got 1.5 cloves here. We'll see. I don't want it too garlicky, so I might only use one. A little bit of lemon. I've got some gray salt, and gray salt is great. I don't know if you've ever tried gray salt, but it has so many minerals that your body needs. So gray salt is just maybe not as good as the pink Himalayan, but it's really up there in salts. So I've got some gray salt, garlic, I have a little bit of chili. I'm not going to use all of it. I'm just going to use a bit to give it a little pinch. I've got a little bit of maple and a little bit of olive oil. So here we go. We've got our nuts and we're going to maybe add, I'm not sure if you can catch this. Let's put this back here. Move this around. Okay, so we have our nuts and we're just going to squeeze a little bit of lemon. Try not to get any seeds in there. I'm prone to knocking those seeds inside my stuff. Okay, so just a little bit. I'd say maybe about a tablespoon of lemon. We're going to throw one garlic for now, and maybe we're going to have we like it spicy in this house, so we're going to put half a chili. We're going to need a tablespoon of mustard. Here we go. You're very clumsy today for some reason. Okay, so we need a tablespoon of mustard. And we're going to throw about a tablespoon of olive oil. And we're going to put about a tablespoon of maple. And some salt. And we're going to blend it and then we're going to taste it and see if we're happy with it. So just a little bit of salt to start. Remember, salt, if you put too much you can't remove it. So it's better to start with less, and if you need to add more, you can. Okay, so we're going to need a bit of water. Smells good already. So let's just add about maybe 1, 2, 3. About 3 tablespoons of water. Play with it. See what you like. See what, if you want to add different flavors. It's really not hard to make. Wow, this really tastes good the way it is, but I'm going to throw a couple of dates in there, and it's going to make it even better. Now, I use, I'm not sure if you can see this. These are, they're called Mr. Power High Energy Low Fat Fresh Dates. And I get these near home, and these are the only dates I really buy. They're so good. They're smaller, but they're so good. They're up there with the Majul dates and a lot cheaper. So we're going to remove the pit and we're going to drop, I love my dates. Okay, we're going to drop 2 dates in there. And it seems like it also needs a little extra salt. I would even throw the rest of the, okay. Here's a little more salt. And don't forget, when you dehydrate the kale chips, the salt will come out even more. So if you feel it's not as salty as you really want them, you could always sprinkle some salt after the chips are done. I'm going to check this and see, I might want a little extra garlic in there. So good. I will put an extra garlic and maybe just a tad more maple. Just a little drop. And, you know, what the heck. We're just going to put the rest of this hot pepper. Now, if I was making it for my granddaughters, I would leave the hot pepper. But since this is for me and Erica, we're going to make it spicy. Got it. Okay, so there, it's done. It's delicious, it's fast, and basically you need the cashews. You want these to stick to your kale, and it will, because the cashew is so creamy. And as you can tell, you really don't have to spend $700 for a Vitamix if you can't do it at the moment. This is not even the newer model, but it's a NutriBullet, and it works great, and it got it nice and creamy. So now we're going to put this aside, and we're going to clean our kale, take off the stems, and we're going to start preparing to coat the kale chips and to put in the dehydrator. It's that easy, that simple, and it's so good. So we've got our kale. I got this kale from my cousin. She had so much in her garden that she gave me such a large bag full. I can't even tell you how much kale she gave me. So we're going to make some nice chips. Now, as you can see, I'm not making them too small. I'm going to leave them as big as possible, because what happens to these is when they dehydrate, you're going to get a little bit of kale. You're really not going to get much out of it. So I'm going to do this, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so we're back. Here's our kale. You can see some of them are nice and big. Some, unfortunately, are not as big. It depends the size of my leaf. But I cut them and I put them in a bowl. Now, what I will need is a spatula to empty out my cashew mixture I made. And we're just going to drop it right on top of the kale. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to massage them and make sure that everything gets coated. I usually wear gloves so I don't get my hands dirty, but unfortunately I ran out of those, so I'm going to have to do it bare-skinned. My hands are washed. I did wash them. And there you go. It really is easy. And what happens to the cashew is when you dehydrate them, they get so nice and crunchy. You could actually feel the crunch of the nuts under your teeth. It really is good. This is similar to one of the recipes I have, but it just comes to show you how easy it is just to throw some things together. If you like the taste of your mixture, you know it's going to be good. And you could get creative. If you don't want to put garlic, you could put onion, and it's that easy. So, my hands are clean. I am going to mix this. I'll try and get as much as I can. And then I'm just going to mix them by hand. And just try and coat everything. And the more you toss these around, the more it spreads, and it just, you get it everywhere. Oops, get that out. What you could also do to help mix this is if you could just put a little drizzle of oil. You don't have to. Some people are trying to stay away from oil. Some people stay away from oil because they're trying to do the low-fat, high-carb diet. But myself, if I'm going to eat cashews in this quantity, I don't mind a little drizzle of oil. And I don't have it that often, so it's more of a treat. So as you see, they're all getting coated nice. They're going to be ready to go into the dehydrator. And it doesn't take that much time to make these. This is also a small batch, just to show you. I would normally make a lot more than this. This is great if you're watching a movie at night and you want to munch on something. You munch on something healthy. And this is it. They're all coated. I'm not sure if you can see. And they're just going to be so delicious. That's it. We're going to put it on the dehydrator. So here's my sheet. I'm not sure if you can see it. Let's push this back. Here's my sheet. And I'm just going to drop them. And they don't have to be put perfect. It doesn't matter if they curl into each other. You just want to be able to lay them down. Like I said, you don't have to be perfect because they will stick to each other and it's just going to give you a nicer crunch. And it's that easy. Then you could even add a little more zoom to it, and I'll show you in a minute. Okay, that's one sheet. And then I'll do the other one, just to show you. So what you can also do is I make vegan grated cheese, and this will be one of the recipes I will be showing you. This is great on pastas, on anything. You could put this on asparagus. It's so good. But I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit on top, just for that little extra crunch. And I'm going to crack some pepper, and they're going to be ready to go into the dehydrator. And it's that easy. Remember, it's, you know, what you like to put on there. And sometimes you don't have to follow somebody's recipe. You can just get creative on your own and make something really good. So that's it. They're ready to go into the dehydrator, and they'll be ready for later on tonight. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching.